This is just absolutely insane. I'm sure nearly every single one of you has already seen it, but there are some coins right now that are just popping off. Really, coins like Mina, Conflux, Pepe, it's insane. I mean, are you guys seeing what I'm seeing right now? This coin is just breaking out like there is no tomorrow. This is the Mina chart. We right now are close to some historical resistances, but honestly, the way at which it's performing, I don't think this is going to be following our traditional rules. Pepe similarly just absolutely broke out and actually got themselves a confirming candle, which is huge. The daily performance of Pepe is quite interesting though, because again, the numbers are making it look as if it's doing amazing. But the majority of this amazing move was actually from yesterday, or more specifically from last night, depending on where you're watching this video from. But it is quite obvious that Pepe is facing some trouble within this area, as historically speaking, this is where the majority of the craziness happens for Pepe. And again, you guessed it already, Conflux is moving in an exact similar way, just going absolutely nutty right now, breaking the downtrend that was ongoing. And I'd say that's the most interesting thing about what we're witnessing here. The fact that some altcoins are so greatly outperforming Bitcoin is making me a little bit scared, but let this act as a little reminder of what the bull market is going to look like. Because it's exactly what you're seeing right now. You're going to be seeing these type of gains for some of your main altcoins every single day. I asked you guys over on X, what's going on with Mina? Obviously, they're getting exchange listings everywhere right now. But for the most part, that happened after they were doing so amazing. From what I figured out though, I'll cover this later a little bit more in depth in a video, but it seems that Asia is the biggest push for the pump we're witnessing right now. And apparently very recently when Mina got listed over on Upbit, a Korean exchange I believe, they also went for a pretty crazy surge. It seems we already know that Asia, specifically Korea and China, are usually big bringers of massive volume, and they just came together here, all right? We already had a lot of speculation that China was moving a lot of money towards the crypto space again, and perhaps Korea just woke up here and decided to pump the coin that they already knew was doing pretty well in their sector. And fundamentally, apparently they're trying to be the world's lightest blockchain network, fully trying to capitalize on ZK. But I like this line. The Mina resurgence is a testament that though an altcoin can ignite a rally based on Bitcoin's influence, the pace can be triggered by its own fundamentals and community leanings across the board. Because Mina, even though pretty unknown for the most part, I didn't know yesterday, has outpaced the major altcoins, and by its current price action, it has complemented the gains accrued over the trailing 7-day period, jumping as high as 110%. Point being, most altcoins follow Bitcoin. But the moment that Bitcoin goes on a surge, many altcoins will outperform it, and that's where the fundamentals of altcoins very often come into play. Partially from the tech side, partially from the technical analysis side, slash just price side, but I have to warn you guys about some manipulation here too. Because think about this. Let's say Bitcoin is pumping, which means that most altcoins also pump. Why? Well, because people get excited about Bitcoin and then they start buying some other altcoins too because of the expectation. If everybody knows this, right? If everybody thinks of this the same way, what is stopping people from trying to pump their own altcoin, like a company, for example, to pump their own coin, or for Koreans in this case here, to come together to pump one coin? Because again, if it's such a bullish market, then people go crazy and they just FOMO in. They don't want to miss the pump, so they also stack on top. That's kind of like a pump and dump, but perhaps because the market is so bullish, it doesn't actually end up dumping too much because there's just a sustained flow of more new buyers. That is an interesting thing to think about, because whenever I look back at Mina right now today, guys, it just keeps pumping up more and more and more. Even over the last hour, it is up another 15%. And when checking it out over on Twitter, I've noticed many people are just trying to buy in right now. They're trying to figure out ways to get it, because look at that chart. Now, since it just got listed on Bitrue, I'll leave a link for Bitrue down below. I think a lot of you guys already know that exchange and might be using it already. And again, just to confirm, the main reason what we're thinking is that a little while ago when a Bitcoin pair came up for Mina, the coin already did really well over in Korea. And apparently now Upbit said, hey, We're also making sure you can buy Mina with the Korean won, which apparently made it do even more insane. Just because I quickly want to say though, right now, the moment that we're speaking, you can just see that Mina has been on a crazy path, but I'd say some short-term areas to break can be pretty obvious to see, but the most important, by far, price to break is going to be this level right here. You can see this is the top that makes Mina basically be in a bearish market or bearish run, because theoretically speaking, it just kept on having lower highs and lower lows. Time and time again, the prices just kept going lower in the grand scheme of things. If Mina does break above this though, guys, it could be one specifically manipulated move, meaning one wick and then come right back down hard, to show you here what it looks like, or it's actually the moment that they do break this specific area here that Mina is just going to go into some even crazier price discovery, and that could be the moment where it's funny, but that Mina, because of all the crazy excitement, maybe it's even Mina, by the way, I don't care, doesn't matter, is gonna really rally up a lot of other altcoins, because right now I think, my honest prediction, that a lot of coins like Pepe and whatnot are actually doing significantly better, because there are other coins in the top of the top that are pumping right now. You can see Conflux up 8% throughout the last hour. A lot of coins are doing really amazing, but Mina by far is at the top of the top. Look at that performance, up 19% over the last hour, just going absolutely insane. And that shows you just how powerful the Korean markets are. And guys, as I said, two things to watch out for: the $1 mark, which it's getting very close to right now, very close to already, and it might not be able to be stopped. But second of all, as you can see, around the $1.20. Wait a minute, it's actually significantly lower. Guys, when you take a look at this over on the weekly chart, you can see that it's actually at roughly $1 as well, where the previous high stands for the weekly. So perhaps over the next couple of minutes, we could already be testing those prices and perhaps actually see some pretty crazy performance. Woo! Depending, of course, on whether or not this breaks. But the moment that it does, the bulls can get pretty crazy here, so watch out for that. Obviously, Conflux is a little bit different because, again, it's not actually doing that bad in the grand scheme of things. I know we've had a downtrend for a bit, but you can see that the price was actually not trading at that bad a spot. Matter of fact, the price had actually already gone up about 700% or so throughout the year. And so I honestly think for Conflux to continue on with this pump is not as hard as for a lot of coins that have a lot of proven to do, like Pepe. And I think it's also quite apparent what area needs to be broken. It's just the major support that's been lasting for a good while at roughly 17.5 cents or so, right now trading at 15.6. Again, I'm not saying you should be buying these altcoins right now. I'm just saying that a lot of these altcoins could actually help other altcoins perform well because of a bullish narrative, meaning because Conflux all of a sudden breaking so many barriers, then people start thinking, hey, this other altcoin could do it too. And it's basically the philosophy as to why altcoins pump when Bitcoin does. What could happen as well when a lot of altcoins start pumping massively, breaking barriers? It could just translate into more and more altcoins. So again, for example, here we've got a moving average. The moment that it breaks, perhaps the people start going and speculating, going crazy again, and that could translate over into other altcoins, which could transfer over into other altcoins, which could transfer over into other altcoins. Then again, let me know in the comment section which of these coins you're most excited about. Is it 𝗕𝗫? Is it 𝗂𝗏? Is it 𝗕𝗏? Is it 𝗬? A lot of coins are popping off, and this really makes it feel like a bull market. I will put up a warning a little bit later, though. I'll make a video about why you should not get overzealous too quickly. Very often these things are a little bit darker in the background than what might meet the eye. There's a lot of manipulation in crypto, and it seems there is a good possibility that this whole pump scenario, this whole narrative, is actually not as bullish as many people would like you to believe. So I'll be covering that later in the video, but just wanted to quickly get this little video out on Mina for the most part, because it's just some pump we have not seen in a very good while. And this is just an experience of what the bull market looks like. And this is exactly what I'm going to be doing on my channel, trying to find all coins that will perform like this on a smaller scale, not at the top of the entire crypto space. But funny enough, if you actually filter not only on the top 100 but on the top 1000, for example, there'll be so many more coins that are doing way crazier than Mina is. Just to name an example, if you go down all the way towards 680, you can also see another coin that's up 60% throughout the hour, because again, the market cap is only $13 million and there's only $8,000 worth of volume. But if you're wondering what to expect on my channel, what is Dusty going to show us? We are trying every single day to find gems like Mina before they pop off. And that's why I always say, make sure you stick to the channel like freaking glue. Like a baby would stick to the mother of a freaking orangutan. Because if you like what you're seeing right now, expect a lot more of it. But yeah, that's about it for this little video. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button. See you guys again in another one.